Well, it's a little bit like Christmas for me. This is the Penn Surfblaster 2, or SRF 2 8000. They do a 7000 as well, and it's just arrived in the post, so I thought I'd do a little review just to give you my first impressions of it. We will get out fishing and casting with it shortly. So first thing you notice is this handle. It's a slightly different colour and material, I think, to the last one. Seems to be a nice quality, that. And then the handle itself jumps out at you a little bit. It's nice sort of rubberized thing. You've got like the Penn logo on a bit of, I think that's aluminium as well actually, and that's double bolted down. Looks a really good quality handle, that one. A lot of these fittings look like they're aluminium screws there holding the bail arm on. I think that's quite important as well. The bail arm itself obviously in that gold colour. I think that's what first attracted me to the reel. Seems very well balanced, just holding it in my hand and giving it a quick spin round. Excellent quality, that. It's got a retrieve ratio of 4.71. What that means is for every single turn of the handle, the rotor assembly will spin round the spool 4.71 times. It just gives an indication of its speed. It will take 500 yards of braid. That'll be about £30 braid, it says, and for 0.35 mono, you're looking at 440 metres. So with modern lines now, you could probably get about 500 metres of line on that. There's a nice lip to the spool as well. Again, in that gold colour, is quite nice. Got that little rubber band through the middle there. That certainly helps grip the line when you first start threading it on, and it also when you're handling the spool, that's quite good as well. What I've done is you can fish with braid, but I'm going to try it out with some mono first, and we've got £12 mono, Verivas we're going to use, in clear. I'm going to put a little tapered shock leader on it as well. Probably the weakest component I can see is this the plastic switch at the back, which stops the spool moving. Just seems to be the only thing there that's made of a poorer quality material. Only time will tell how that operates, but I think if it had a weak point it would be that little switch. Just give you a rough idea of size here. That's it next to a multiply reel. I put it on the scales, it's coming up just a little over 700 grams, which for the size of reel is pretty good indeed. I think they do. So took it out for a cast. And here it is, just ready to fish with it. As you can see, looks really nice, the reel. There's the aluminium spool. Those are little soft rubber spray guards, I suppose. The plastic switch at the back works perfectly well. It's made of a good strong plastic, but as I say, that might be something that after a few sessions might loosen up a bit, might need keeping an eye on. It's got a retrieve ratio of 4.71. What that means is for every single turn of the handle, the rotor assembly will spin around the spool 4.71 times. It just gives an indication. So yeah, here it is, fully loaded again, back inside the studio. Love it. What a reel. And the width of the spool is just over 3 inches wide, so it is on the bigger side, I suppose, for fixed spools. I know a lot of people use smaller than this 8000 size for their continental rods. The drag on it works perfectly well. I've just given that a test. That's absolutely fine. I won't be using it to play the fish too much on that drag, but it is quite useful. There are some plastic components there, but it's well greased, ready to roll. The handle is back wound to tighten it up, so you're not fitting any screws, and it really is quite solid, that. So as soon as you've tightened it up, back wind it on, and that didn't slip at all when we took it out to fish either. And I've matched it with a continental rod to start off with. the Vertix Azores. I've done another review of this one actually, which you can see at the end of this video if you haven't seen this one. Struggled a little bit with the new line here. It has got line clips on it, but it's obviously come off. Yeah, you've got one either side which balances out the spool quite well, but they're quite thin, so when you're putting the thick end of that leader line on it, you really have to make such an effort to do it. It might be better just taping it up, to be honest. You have to come round again to the other one to tighten that up. Nicely weighted cap as well for that spool. There we go, fits on nicely. I've landed a couple of small fish on this, no problem at all, but I think we'll put it through its paces this year and see how we get on. Thank you very much to everyone that's subscribed recently. We've had Derek Jefferson, Neil 1421, Lisa Falk, there's Doug's MCV as well as also subscribed. So thanks very much for watching. We're going to go out and about and do some fishing soon, just as soon as the weather warms up.